Does your candle label suck? Well, let's unsuck it. That didn't come out right. Let's make a candle label together. Let's go. Hi, my name is Jake Catalano. I am a Photoshop whiz and have been for over a decade, but today we're gonna keep it easy peasy with Canva. Why? Because it's free and won't give you any nightmares. However, if you really have no interest in making candle labels because that isn't your vibe, check out my website, links below, for pre-made and customizable labels that you can download right now. I even have the label we're gonna make today. Go check it out. First things first, create a free Canva account. No need to pay. From there, let's get to work on crafting the perfect label for your candle jar. Okay, the first thing I'm gonna do is create a design and use a custom size. I have to make sure that I change the pixels to inches because I want this to be 3 inches by 3 inches. I'm gonna create the new design, and here I am on my dashboard. I'm gonna come over here to the uploads, and notice I'm going to go for a logo, but I'm gonna go for the generic logo in case you wanna download it. I'm not gonna add my own logo, I'll add a generic one. You change it to your logo. I'm gonna take this logo, shrink it down, and place it on the top center like so. Then I'm gonna come over to the text tab, and I'm gonna add in the text so I can name the actual label so it corresponds to the candle flavor. This is going to be vanilla, and guess what the second word's gonna be? If you guess vibes, you're right. This is vanilla vibes, just like me. Ha ha! Here it is, vanilla vibes. Now, I have to play around with the size and the font, but the first thing I'm gonna do is change the font to Amsterdam 4. This font is awesome. It has some style and a little bit of sexiness to it, and I love it. I have to adjust the size to get it exactly where I want it. I'm gonna make it nice and big because I want it to stand out from afar, like so. Now, I'm gonna take this and move it down a little bit, right there. Now I'm gonna take the word vibes and I'm going to change the font. I'm gonna use Nord Bold right here because this font is nice and clean and I love it. And it just screams, look at me, vibes. And I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna place it underneath the anilla portion of the word vanilla because I want it to kind of sit underneath that word. Just like so. Perfect. Now I'm gonna add another text underneath the word vibes, and I'm going to make it so that this text says handmade with, guess what? You guessed it, love, in the United States of America, or USA. And obviously, if you don't live in the United States, you're gonna add your country where you make your candles. Now I'm gonna take this font, place it underneath the word vibes, or shall I say Ives under the word vibes, and I'm gonna change the text to a font that I love a lot called Poppins. I think this font is awesome. And I'm gonna take this text and I'm gonna shrink it down so it just lines up perfectly underneath the word vibes. Just like so. Perfect, I love it. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna change something. I'm gonna add a black box. And that black box is going to highlight that word. I'm gonna take it and shrink it down to a rectangle and line it up underneath the word vibes. And don't worry, we'll change the color of the font so it's contrasted right now. Here it comes. I'm gonna change it from black to white. Perfect. I'm gonna move that text into the rectangle. I'm gonna also make some adjustments by sending some of the fonts in the background so that when I highlight the ones that I want to maneuver, it's in the foreground. Hopefully that makes sense. Now, I'm going to take my rectangle, adjust it a little bit like so. That looks good. And now here's my handmade with love in the USA, but I'm going to change the word love. Don't worry, I'm not going to change it. I'm actually going to use a symbol. You know what symbol that is? If you've seen me on Facebook before, you know I use this symbol a lot, and it's the heart. So, space it out, come up to the search bar and look up the word heart. Perfect, there it is. I'm gonna take this heart and change the color to white. And now I'm gonna shrink this down, and I have to take this heart and make sure I place it right in the center and get it to the right size and position. I'm gonna maneuver it around right about there. It's a little off, and let's send that to the background. Move this over. I like it, but it needs to be a little smaller right there, and move it over. Perfect. That's it right there. Love it. Now, I'm going to come over and I'm going to look for a line. This line is going to be different than the last one because this is actually going to go underneath the logo right here. I'm going to take that line and lower the line weight from 5 to 1 because I want it to be a thin line. I'm going to take this line and I'm going to stretch it out throughout the margins of the Vanilla Vibes. But wait a minute, that doesn't actually look like it works. It's off center. So I'm going to take that line, I'm just going to make it centered with the logo and not worry about the Vanilla Vibes because that's a little bit avant-garde, a little bit unique. So I'm not going to be able to match that up. Perfect, just like so. Now I'm going to come back to text. And I'm going to use a smaller text here so that I can add in my candle wax. What kind of candle wax am I adding here? I'm going to use 100% coconut apricot cream wax. I'm going to use the word blend also because this is a blend. I didn't make the blend, but in the coconut wax, there's apricot, there's soy, and there's also a little paraffin. So I'm going to call this the 100% coconut apricot cream blend. You can take that word out or do whatever you like with that particular phrase. I'm also going to line this up with the center of the label like so. Perfect. Love it. Right there. Now, I'm going to take that and I'm going to change the font to Poppins. And I'm going to italicize that word to make it a little bit different. Now, I have to take the font that's in the middle and make it a little bigger because there's a lot of space and we don't need space because when we shrink this down to 3 inches by 3 inches, it's going to look very small. So you want to make sure that the Vanilla Vibes or your candle name is a standout name, like so. Perfect. Love it. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to add in a border. I like the idea of a border. However, I have to make some adjustments because my logo is not quite in the right position to add in the border. Now it is. I'm going to resize my border and that's it right there. Perfect. We're done with the label. Now, let's take this label and share it because I'm going to add it to my website. You're going to download it and these are the options you can use to download. JPEG, PNG, PDF standard. We're going to use PDF print, best for printing. And then I'm going to download it right now. It's all zoomed in, so it's nice and big, but this is what it looks like when it's 3 inches by 3 inches. Perfect. Love it. Did you see how easy it was to make your own label? But remember, if you have no interest in making candle labels, check out my website for pre-made and customizable labels that you can download right now. And take a look at these videos that are popping up now. They're going to help you on your candle making journey. Until next time, thanks for watching. Ciao.